Hello and thank you for purchasing the Lava HD 2605 Ultra HD TV antenna. This is the most powerful TV antenna on the market. In this video, we will show you how to assemble your Lava HD 2605 antenna and how to do the functions check on it before you actually mount the antenna on your roof. By following these simple instructions, it will make the installation process much easier and less frustrating. Step 1, make sure that all the parts are in the box. You should have 5 U-frequency vibrators, your main unit, three-foot coax cable, square aluminum pipe, the motor rotor, main pole column, a 15-volt power supply, G3 control box, your wireless remote control, and your screws. You want to make sure that you have 5 butterfly screws, then you want to make sure that you have 8 4x12 screws and 1 4x18 screw. You'll also have some cable ties. Once the assembly is finished, you can use these to tie down the coaxial cable. Once you have ensured that all the parts are present, you can continue with the process and start assembling the antenna. Step 2, you want to start by assembling the main pole column to the motor rotor using 4 of the 8 4x12 screws. All you will need for the assembly of the antenna is a Phillips screwdriver. Once you got all 4 Phillips screwdrivers attaching the main pole column to the motor rotor, it's time to move to the next step. Get the main unit out of the plastic bag and go ahead and open up the frequency vibrators sideways, just like this. And the top reflector, open it up, and utilizing the under props, lock them into place by sliding them outwards so they click into place, and the under prop and the reflector is secure. Go ahead and attach the motor rotor to the actual main unit using the other 4 and 4x12 screws. Ensure that the pins are spring loaded and they do pop right back into place. Once you have confirmed that both pins are spring loaded, open the bottom reflector. Ensure that the 2 pins enter the contact points on the main unit. Slide it on there and use the other 4 screws, the 4x12s, to attach the motor rotor to the main unit. The next step is to attach the U frequency vibrator onto the square aluminum pipe. Now you'll notice that this aluminum square pipe has a black cap on the end. That's the front end. So that's the side you want to start at. What you do, get your aluminum U frequency vibrator and go ahead and align it to the hole at the top by placing it on top of the square pipe, just like that. And you'll get your butterfly screw, and going from the bottom upwards through the aluminum square pipe hole, slide it in there until it starts to thread into the actual plastic portion of the U frequency vibrator, as such. Go ahead and twist it on there until it's snug. You want to make sure that you have a snug fit so the wind doesn't blow it away or something. Go ahead, once you have it like that, go ahead and continue with the other U frequency vibrators, just the same way, using the butterfly screw, going upwards through the aluminum square pipe hole, aligning it to the U frequency vibrator, and threading it onto it. Do the same step for all U frequency vibrators. Once you have completed assembling the U frequency vibrators on the aluminum square pipe, it's going to look like this. And you'll still have one more hole exposed, and that's where we're going to move on to the next step, is attaching the aluminum square pipe to the main unit. Make sure that the butterfly screws are facing down at the same side as the motor rotor is. Go ahead, you'll notice that there is a slot in the front of the main unit. So what you do is slide the aluminum square pipe into the slot, like so. And using the final screw, which is the 4x18 screw, you're going to use this screw to attach and secure the aluminum square pipe. From the bottom of the main unit, you'll install the Phillips screw in there. And simply just thread it in there until it's nice and tight. Once you have your antenna assembled, the next step to do is do the functions check. Now you want to make sure you do the functions check inside your house before actually going to the roof and mounting the antenna. The functions check is to make sure that the rotation and all the LED lights are working properly on your antenna. To do the functions check, you're going to need to get the control box, the power adapter, and go ahead and connect everything together. Now you want to make sure that the power switch is off before you do any connections. To do the functions check, we recommend using the 3-foot RG6 coaxial cable that came with your antenna. What you want to do is you want to connect one end of your RG6 cable to the back of the control box where it says antenna or ant. Make sure that it is connected onto this port. The other end of the coaxial cable will screw into the bottom part of the antenna, as so. And remember, we're just using this short coax cable for the functions check. Once you have the coax cable connected to the antenna from the control box, power on the control box by flipping the switch on the back, and you will see a green LED light come on. Also, at the same time, as long as the control box is on, there should be a red LED light at the bottom of the main unit illuminated as well. Once you have confirmed that both lights are on, it's time to check the rotation on the motor rotor. On top of the control box, there is a red button, which is the control for the rotation. Go ahead and push down on it. And when you push down on the button, you will see a red LED light appear on the control box, and also the motor rotor should start rotating. Push down the red button on the control box, and you'll see a red LED light display, and your motor rotor should start rotating. If you got rotation, that means that everything's connected properly and you're ready to go. Now you can go ahead and install the antenna on the roof, attic, or even a patio. Once that you have confirmed that the control box LED is on and you do got rotation, go ahead and test the remote control as well. To utilize the wireless remote control, it needs to have a direct line of sight to the control box. Make sure that you put new batteries in your remote control and you should see a red LED light on the remote control when you push the button. As well, when you aim the remote control towards the control box, the red LED light should display on the control box and your motor rotor should start rotating. As so. Now this is an infrared remote control, so like I said, you'll have to aim it directly at the control box, not at the antenna. Once you have confirmed that the remote control is working, now we can go ahead and install the antenna. Now you need a 3/4 inch to 1 inch diameter pole to mount the antenna. You can purchase a lava J-pole, will work fine, or you can go to your local hardware store and pick up any kind of conduit pipe and it will mount on there. Just make sure that it is 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. When you do connect the antenna and install it outside, I can't stress this enough, make sure that there is no F2F couplers running from the antenna coax cable and the control box. There shouldn't be no splitters, no grounded F2F couplers, or any kind of amplifier device, or you will render the antenna useless. One solid piece of cable is preferred. Once you got the coax cable connected directly from the antenna to your control box, you should be able to power on the control box. Your LED light should still be functioning, and the red LED light at the bottom of the antenna should be on. Remember, no red LED light at the bottom of the antenna, no rotation, no channels. Simple as that. Your antenna should have some slack in a cable to ensure that there's no binding or restriction of the rotation of the antenna. Recommend about 1 foot of slack to allow the antenna to rotate. The antenna should do one full 360 turn clockwise and then go back another full 360 turn counterclockwise, and so on and so forth. And that feature is to make sure that the cable does not get tangled up on your pole. Once your antenna is mounted on your roof or its final place, you're going to have one direct coax cable coming from the back of the antenna down into your home, directly connected to the back of the control box to the antenna port, and from either TV1 or TV2, you should have the shorter RG6 coax cable going to your television set to the back of the coax connector. You can also add an additional television from the TV2 or TV1. You can use 2 TVs with this control box. Now, if you wish to use pre-existing coax cables, the only way to do so is by actually purchasing the Lava HD, the Lava Ultra 4-way splitter. This is the only splitter that can actually go in between your antenna and your control box. This will be the way to go. Just ensure that this cable that is coming from the antenna connects into the antenna in, and only output number 1 can go to the back of the control box to the antenna port. Now at the back of the control box, use TV1 or TV2 and the short coaxial cable to go from the control box to your television set. Once the short coaxial cable is connected to the back of your TV coax connector and your gain control is adjusted and you have your antenna facing the proper direction, now you're ready to do the auto scanning on your television set. Now, if your television was manufactured before 2007, chances are that you might need the digital converter box because the digital tuner is not built into the TV. Anything purchased, any television purchased in the United States after 2008, by law should have the digital receiver, which will allow you to bypass the converter box. Remember to do the auto scan on your television set, or else you won't get no channels. And if you're not sure how to do the auto scan on your television set, you can consult the manual to your TV or call the TV manufacturer for customer support, and they will tell you how to do the auto scan. It's very important to do that. Also, on your first initial auto scan, you might not pick up all the reception available. Make sure to do at least a minimum of 3 auto scans and adjust the gain control for reception. Once again, thank you for purchasing the Lava product. I hope you enjoy your antenna. It gives you a lot of hours of free HD TV.